But let's start out by maybe asking the very basic question of, so that we're all on the same page of like, what is Sabbath?
I think Sabbath is a part of God's rhythm for our lives. There's multiple rhythms that I think we're kind of created to live into. One of those is just the basic daily rhythm of, we stay awake 16-ish hours and we sleep 8-ish hours. And so on a daily basis, we have that rhythm of activity and rest or sleep. I think on a weekly basis, this pattern is to have 6 days of work in our vocation, in our home, but then to have some time of rest. I know when you have a 2 and 3-year-old, you almost never are completely resting, maybe. But I think both of these things are necessary and good. We know that sleep is necessary and good. And I believe Sabbath is also necessary and good, not quite in the same way, but fundamentally Sabbath is that pattern, this sort of weekly pattern God gives us that I think are essential to having a good life. Whereas, the sleep pattern comes naturally, like we all, sort of flop into bed at some point. Even the most whiny baby will ultimately sort of drop into sleep. But I think the second pattern of Sabbath is something we have to work a little more on. But we know it's important because, in the Bible, it shows up like starting the second chapter of Genesis. I mean, that to me says, okay, here's something that matters. And it says, by the seventh day, God had finished the work he'd been doing. So on the seventh day, he rested from all his work. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy. And so we have that pattern God setting. I mean, it's a good question to ask. Does God need to rest? I think God sets a pattern for us. And then in Exodus, then when the 10 Commandments are handed out, right up there with don't kill, steal, covet, etc., we have remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. I mean, that's pretty big to make it to the 10 Commandments. I think if it makes it to the 10 Commandments, you ought to take it to heart.